Welcome, Boo Believers, to another episode of Daily Booze Live. I'm your host, Ronin James. I'm a veteran stunt coordinator, now director and creator of content here at Deadsville Productions in Deadsville, Transylvania. This is all in my imagination, folks. Just play along, humor me. If you're new to the channel, I do this every day around 5 p.m. Eastern. Go live, discuss the latest horror headlines, and do some trailer reactions, read through some news stories, give you the latest in what's going on in the world of horror and beyond. Because today we're going to take a look at the Deadpool 3 trailer, or I guess it's called Deadpool and Wolverine now. Did they change it? I don't know. I'm out of the loop a little bit. But we're going to watch the trailer. So get ready for that. I used to not watch trailers. I trust Ryan Reynolds, though. I like him. I trust him not to ruin any big plot points of the movie. So I think it's safe to watch the trailer. But before we get to that, I got to make sure that I do all the call to action stuff. So make sure you like, follow, subscribe wherever you're listening. This is live Monday through Friday on Facebook, YouTube, Kick, and Twitch. You can find us Deadsville Horror Talk or at Deadsville 13 on all of the above. TJ Lachlan checking in and Eric Pinder checking in. How you doing, fellas? Was good seeing you Friday night, both of you guys, Friday night at Maddie Morningstar's birthday bash. Yes, we do live events too, in case you do not know. Deadsville Productions has our thumb in many pies. Is that a saying? Our thumb in many pies, our finger in many holes? I don't know. I don't know what the saying is. Steph Infection will come on and correct me, I'm sure, at some point and tell me to stop getting us canceled. But at any rate, we're going to jump to a trailer soon, but make sure you like, follow, subscribe wherever you're listening. You can also listen to the replays wherever you get podcasts. I will usually upload the replay to Spotify and Apple Podcasts and Amazon all those places. So wherever you listen to podcasts, you can find Deadsville Horror Talk, and I'll usually upload the replays of these lives. So also, make sure you follow the Facebook page for me, for Maddie Meek. I think she needs like 2 more followers to hit 1,000. Sorry, Maddie Morningstar. I got to get used to saying it. And Steph Infection as well, of course. Although Steph Infection blows us all away with followers. She's got all the followers. Right, Steph Infection? Mwah! Scream hearts! Also, there's some new reels. Make sure you check out, speaking of Steph Infection and Scream Hearts, make sure you check out my new reels. When I looked on it, I was able to do stars for the first time on some reels. So maybe they're being nice to me now. If you guys go and look at the reels, tell me if you see the option to hit stars on my latest reels. Because I was looking at them and it popped up. And I was like, it's showing up for me now. And it never did before. So maybe it's working now. I don't know. Stephen Kiefer checking in. Anthony Noble checking in from Canada. What's up, brother? Kara Salami checking in. What's up, Kara? Thanks for tuning in. What do you all guys watch this weekend? What did everybody see? Tune in and let me know. Oh, Kara said, oh my God, I almost forgot today dealing with a kitty situation. I know how that goes. Hopefully everything's okay. Kara also takes care of kitties, much like we do here at Ronin's Makeshift Rescue at Deadsville Studios. So, yes, make sure you follow Kara as well. And she posts plenty of cute cat pics and fun stuff as well on her page. So give Kara a follow as well and say hi in the chat. All right, we got lots of news stories. There's a bunch of horror stuff coming up. We're going to check out the Deadpool trailer very shortly. I'm sure I will get flagged on YouTube for a copyright when I fucking show you guys the trailer. I guarantee it. But this is the sacrifice that I make. I will do this because I know that's what the people want to see. So I'm going to do my Deadpool trailer reaction. Kara says, I watched Ginger Dead Man and part 2. LOL, you got to see part 2. Yeah, the Passion of the Crust. I saw I saw your post, Kara. The Passion of the Crust with Gary fucking Busey as the voice of the Ginger Dead Man. I mean, and if you look at the Ginger Dead Man, it even looks like Busey. It's fucking eerie. It's eerie how much the Ginger Dead Man sculpt on the puppet face looks like fucking Busey. So yes, check out the Ginger Dead Man movies if you get a chance. Kara says it's a fucking treasure. I'll put that up there. I'll put your what you watched up there, Kara. All right. Yeah, so if you didn't see it, I just posted Maddie Morningstar and I did a review. We watched the new Here for Blood Screambox exclusive, the wrestling. It's like a 80s, 90s throwback wrestling comedy slasher cult supernatural home invasion horror. Yeah, it does a lot. And we watched it and we reviewed it. And that review is up now. You can watch it on the Facebook page or the YouTube page. And yeah, give that one a look. Get our thoughts on it. We both enjoyed the movie. I'm not going to say too much else on it. We had our issues with it. We both had our issues with it. But we both enjoyed watching it once through. It was definitely worth, and we both recommended watching it at least once. If you want to find out more of our thoughts of what we thought, a little more dissecting, we do our typical Deadsville Horror Talk review. You can listen to the podcast, and or you could watch the video here on the Facebook page. Along with the new reels and all that other fun stuff. So more coming with the reels and comedy, but in the meantime, we'll dig in a second here. Del Dom checking in says, wham! And Kara checks in and asks, have you seen Blood Dolls, another full moon feature that I find fantastic? Yes, I vaguely remember Blood Dolls. I know I've seen it though. The full moon movies, I loved them when I was younger. And I just saw they're doing like a coffin box set for Subspecies, I think it was. I think they're doing it's Subspecies. They're going to do a coffin box set. So if you're a full moon fan and you like the Subspecies movies especially, there's just like a big wooden coffin. You can go to the full moon page and check that out. So, all right, let's jump to some horror news. And let's find our window here. We'll get started quick with Christian Bale will shave his head and possibly eat fertilizer for Maggie Gyllenhaal's Bride of Frankenstein remake. Oh yeah, boo believers. He is so method. So this one comes to us from Joe Blow, Cody Hammond. Christian Bale will be shaving his head and jokes that he might also eat fertilizer to play Frankenstein's monster in The Bride. And let's see. Oh, we'll just jump to the story here because we want to get through this. We'll let some more people jump in and get ready to watch that Deadpool clip. But yes, Kara, eat fertilizer. Several months ago, word leaked out that Maggie Gyllenhaal was set to direct a film called The Bride, a new take on the concept of the 1935 classic The Bride of Frankenstein for the Netflix streaming service. At that time, Gyllenhaal had even already secured 2 cast members for the film, her Dark Knight co-star Christian Bale and her husband Peter Sarsgaard. Penelope Cruz, Jessie Buckley, and Annette Bening have since joined the cast as well, and The Bride is gearing up to start filming in New York on March 4th. With just weeks to go until he has to report to set, Bale has revealed that he will be shaving his head for the movie, and he might have to eat fertilizer for it as well. I have no idea what the fertilizer thing is, because he wants his teeth to be black? I don't know. Hollywood Reporter caught up with Bale at the groundbreaking ceremony for a 16-year passion project of his, a village of homes in Palmdale, California, where foster siblings can live under one roof. Good stuff. When they asked him what's next on his film schedule, he answered, I've got to shave my head next week for The Bride. I asked them to please let me hold off on doing that, but everyone was going, what's wrong with Bale? What's up with him? I said, just let me get through the groundbreaking, and then I'll be off to join you. I'll be working with the wonderful Maggie Gyllenhaal, Jessie Buckley, and so many talented actors in the cast. He jokingly added, I've got to get busy getting on the rack, breaking my bones, and eating lots of and eating lots of fertilizer or something to try and grow, indicating that he's playing Frankenstein's monster in the film. Okay, so it's just a joke about having to be taller. Okay, ha, Christian Bale. Nice attempt. Stick to not comedy movies, probably. That is not your thing. This whole thing, I'm not a big Maggie Gyllenhaal fan to begin with. I never really cared for her acting. I never thought she was very good. I don't know what she could do as a director. I don't know what she's directed. We've talked about this thing a little bit. I'm not going to go into much, but yeah, of course. I mean, I don't know why he has to shave his head, but so the prosthetics. I've worn wigs and shit before. You don't have to shave your head. I guess he's going to go full Bale on this one. All right, well, there you have it. What are your thoughts, Boo Believers? Christian Bale as, let's get to the picture of him here. Christian Bale as the monster in Bride of Frankenstein. Kara says, eat fertilizer. I don't see him as the monster, but I mean, maybe he can pull it off. He's a good actor. I mean, he's just very one-dimensional. I guess he's very wooden, too. So I guess playing a reanimated corpse isn't too much of a stretch for him, right? That's, I guess that wouldn't be too bad. I don't know. Kara says, I only liked her in The Secretary, talking about Maggie Gyllenhaal. Dude, I hated her in The Dark Knight. I was like, I don't know, dude. Her replacing the other girl who was like super hot and God, I forget. She was the wife of Rob Lowe, and I forget her damn name. But yeah, I never bought Maggie Gyllenhaal. She was never a very good actress. I just never got into her. Never liked her. And then Brittany checking in. Hi, Brittany Fox checking in. Hope you had a good weekend. Jesus, TJ sending 530 stars. I just saw it now, dude. Holy shit. Thank you, TJ. God damn. Man, thank you. Yeah, because I have to make sure I check my phone for my Facebook updates. Dude, super appreciate that, TJ. Thank you so much for the stars. Really appreciate that. Yeah, and if you guys look on my on our reels, on those new reels, let me know if the stars are on there. Brittany Fox said, oh my God, yes, I love her in The Secretary. And then Anthony Noble says he's awesome in Batman. And yeah, he was good. I hated the whole garble voice thing. But yeah, he plays a very, like, my favorite Christian Bale movie was a sci-fi movie that many people probably never even heard of. It's called Equilibrium. And he plays this, he's like a future society cop. If you've heard of Equilibrium, say so in the comments. He plays like this future where everybody takes these pills, or I think it's like the pills. They eat these pills, and it like negates their emotions. So they're a very productive society, but they're a very emotionless society, and everything's very by the book and cut and dry. And there's no, emotion is all but cut out in these like big rich cities where all like the aristocrats live and all that. And Bale plays one of the cops, and they train in this gun kata, which is like fighting kung fu style with dual handguns. And there's all kinds of, this is like a really good bullet time movie that they did. It was around the Matrix time, but it wasn't really like the fighting was very Matrix-ish, but it wasn't necessarily like in that, I guess it was kind of more, yeah, it was like a sci-fi future society thing. So in that vein, I suppose it was Matrix-ish. But that was my favorite Christian Bale movie, and he played a really good that, and of course American Psycho. He plays great in American Psycho, just that deadpan, emotionless killer in that, and he was like this emotionless cop who's just kind of like finding his emotions in Equilibrium. So he plays that well. So maybe he will pull off this Frankenstein thing. I think like he could do a good job of playing emotionless. That's obvious. He does that very well. So we'll see. I don't know if he has the physique for it though, right? Is that that's why he needs the fertilizer. Brittany says, as far as Frankenstein goes, I think they could have cast better, but it could have been worse. Yeah, it could always be worse. Believe me. Christ. Anthony says, he was awesome as Batman. All right, let's see. Let's get to our next story, Boo Believers, because we want to get to this trailer. We got another trailer that we want to watch too. So let's do this one in honor of one of the fallen heroes of horror. As we all know, Julian Sands' body was found a few weeks, maybe a month ago-ish. Julian Sands, who was the Warlock, among others, and played a bunch of great characters in horror. Here, I guess this was his last movie. It's called The Piper. This is on Bloody Disgusting. John Squires, The Piper trailer. Julian Sands stars in a dark retelling of the classic Pied Piper legend. And yeah, this is another one of those fairy tale retellings, the dark fairy tales. So Steph Infection checking in with us. Hi, Scream Heart. So let's check this one out. Here's a screen cap. Is that Sands in that makeup? It could be, yeah. The late Julian Sands leaves behind a few final roles. Okay, so this may not be his last one that we'll see. One of which is upcoming horror movie The Piper. Our friends over at Rue Morgue have debuted the official teaser. Rue Morgue reports Samuel Goldwyn Films and Tubi Films will bring The Piper to select theaters and VOD digital platforms March 8th. You can watch the trailer down below. And should we watch it? Let's read it real quick. In The Piper, a young composer is given the opportunity of a lifetime when she is tasked with finishing her late mentor's concerto. She soon discovers that playing the music summons deadly consequences, leading her to uncover the disturbing origins of the melody and the evil force it has awakened, the Pied Piper. So, all right. Erlinger Thorudsen wrote, I'm going to say that better, Erlinger. Erlinger Thorudsen wrote and directed The Piper. All right, and there's Julian Sands. Man, he still looked great. Such a shame. All right, let's check out this trailer. Let me make sure that I got my sound on. Boo Believers to do this after the fact. Bear with me. Yep, we're good. All right, let's go. The Piper.
You think we'll ever be as good as you? What you hear isn't so important. Just feel it.
Mr. Gustafson, have you decided on what we're going to play yet?
Melanie, your music, it is good but soft. I'm looking for something controversial, dangerous. What do you know about Catherine's first concerto?
You're going to perform the concerto for children.
She didn't want it performed. That concerto was what she was trying to burn when she set herself on fire.
Trying to burn it? This is all that was left, but I can hear it in my head. I think I can finish it.
Music is powerful.
Mom?
In the Middle Ages, they believed music will send people into trances, go insane.
There's something very wrong with this music.
I listened to it. Felt it in my head.
I think this thing has been using me to finish the score.
What happens if you finish?
If you hear it, he has you captured.
The Piper. All right. I mean, okay. It looks okay. I've seen worse, I suppose. Here's our, oh man. Look at those creepy claws around our Pied Piper. It's a cool poster. What do you guys think, Boo Believers? Gonna check out The Piper. I guess it's coming to Tubi and some theaters. They're gonna bring it to. Let's see. Brittany Fox checking in says, I was devastated when he went missing. Really love him. I especially enjoyed boxing Helena. Yeah, man, and he still looked great. That was probably shot, not that, within the last few years. He still looked, man, almost identical. Great. He looks great. Kara checks in, says, looks spooky. I'll check it out. Yeah, it didn't look too bad. It looked like it was shot pretty well. The acting looked pretty decent in it. It looked a little slow. I was like, okay, but, the trailer itself took a little bit to really get going, but I don't know. I like the poster. And then this little shot of I'm guessing that's the Piper there. So some decent prosthetic makeup work, and it's got Julian Sands. So yeah, I'll check it out on Tubi. I'm sure that's probably where it's going to go. All right, should we check out this Deadpool trailer? They even put this on iHorror. Everybody's looking forward to this one, Boo Believers. So let's check it out. We got some people in here. Let's give this Deadpool, and I'm a huge Marvel Comics fan. I'm a huge Deadpool fan. I have a ton of the original Deadpool comics, the original miniseries, his original appearances, tons. And I've always loved the character. I know he kind of jumped the shark a bit before with all the T-shirts being out everywhere, but Ryan Reynolds always delivers. The dude's funny. He's genuine. He listens to the fans. He'll go against against Hollywood, and he's a proven commodity. So they will let him kind of do his thing. He's already proved that this is successful. So Hollywood will usually just back off and let him make the movie he wants to make. So with that said, I don't even want to read any more about this. I'm going to jump right to the trailer. So let's get to the trailer. I've been holding off on watching it. Here we go. And it's not Deadpool 3. This is Deadpool and Wolverine official teaser.
Happy birthday to you.
All right, okay.
Oh my God.
It's been a challenging few years, for sure. But I'm happy. That is because of each and every one of you. I'm the luckiest man alive.
Make a wish, buddy.
Lee Wilson? Who's asking? Whoa, 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 whoa. Is that supposed to be scary? Pegging isn't new for me, friendo, but it is for Disney.
Miss Wilson, you appear to have soiled yourself while unconscious.
I was unconscious. Who are you? Why am I here?
Walk with me.
Wait.
You are special. This is your chance.
To be a hero among heroes. I smell what you're stepping in, Sensei. Your little cinematic universe is about to change forever. I'm the Messiah. I am Marvel Jesus.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh my God! God, I love this part. Wait!
Oh, shit.
You just stand there, you ape. Give me a hand up. Nope, I'm actually okay. Thank you very much.
Oh, yes. That looks fucking great. Yeah, that looks fucking great. The costumes look fucking amazing. So accurate to the comics. That looks fucking great. What do you guys think? Oh man. All right, let's Steph said click play. Let's check in with the chat. Brittany says, yes, I love the trailer. Can't wait for Deadpool and Wolverine. And TJ said, I can't wait to see Deadpool. Kara said, I love the Deadpool movies. I do really like Ryan Reynolds too. I do too. He just seems like a great dude. And yeah, TJ says, looks great. Kara checking in says, I don't know anything about any comics. I've just seen a few of the movies that involve comic franchises, so I'm not up to speed. I think I saw the first X-Men movie, but that's all. I'll probably watch this because it's Deadpool. Yes. Steph said, I had chills. I can't wait. Justin checks in, says, I'm definitely checking that out. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, and thanks for checking in. Yeah, that looked awesome. Yeah, classic humor. He's totally he's poking fun at Disney and Marvel and dude, the Marvel Jesus. Fuck, I hope he's the Marvel Jesus. I hope he saves that shit because, man, lately that shit has sucked. With the exception of like Moon Knight, Werewolf by Night, a couple of the things that were like under the radar stuff. Anything like mainstream from Marvel has just been complete shit. So hopefully this fixes the ship. If anybody can, it's Deadpool and Ryan Reynolds. I think that's fucking hilarious that he called himself Marvel Jesus in the fucking trailer. Oh, that's great. All right. Let's see. We got other trailers here as well. I will definitely be seeing Deadpool in theaters. Let's move to this next one because here's one also keeping. We watched The Piper and then jumped to Deadpool. Now we'll jump back to the fairy tales, and we got another trailer. Cinderella's Revenge trailer. Cinderella becomes a masked slasher in theaters this April. And look at that. It's like a skull with horns and a goatee. It almost looks like Sithis von Hammerfuck from Seglock, doesn't it? If they had a little more blue to it, look at that thing. It's got a little Sithis on it. It's got a little Sithis to it, Steph Infection. Tag that motherfucker. All right, so let's see. We exclusively shared the trailer for Cinderella's Curse last week. And yes, we showed it here. We talked about Cinderella's Curse. Looked blah. But that's just one of two Cinderella horror movies on the way this year. The other is titled Cinderella's Revenge. Cinderella gets her revenge in theaters on April 26, 2024, and Entertainment Weekly has shared the official trailer along with new info this week. We will watch the trailer down below. The Wrap recently reported the film stars Lauren Stark as the famed young lady who finds freedom from her wicked stepmother with the help of her fairy godmother. Only this time, instead of sending her to a ball to find her prince, the godmother, played by Natasha Henstridge, 80s, 90s supermodel actress Natasha Henstridge, who still looks fucking amazing. Sorry, tangent. Helps Cinderella unleash a plan of bloody revenge. Director Andy Edwards of Zombie Spring Breakers tells EW this week, we have Cinderella, we have the evil stepmother, we have the two evil stepsisters, and they treat her pretty badly, but there's a few twists in it and a few surprises. There's sex and violence as well, which you might not expect, so something for everyone. Yep, sex and violence, and yes, of course there's sex in Cinderella's Revenge. All right, let's get to this. Producer Mark Lester said, I'm so excited for audiences to see this newly imagined horror version of Cinderella in theaters. The picture is scary and fun at the same time. We'll be the judge of that, producer Mark L. Lester. We'll be the judge of that. So here's the trailer, which, yeah, we haven't seen a trailer for this one yet. Here we go. Kara says, that sounds like a disease. Cinderella's Revenge. All right, let's check it out.
The prince is holding a ball. Rumor has it he is seeking a wife.
Mother, stepmother, permit me to go to the prince's ball. Cinderella, I really do not want to be tuned.
Godmother at your service.
It can't be. I was beginning to lose hope. You're dazzling.
You'll see me again. But for now, I have to leave.
The prince would never knowingly marry a low leech such as yourself.
Madam, your foot's too big.
Those three are pure evil.
I want them to suffer just as much as I have.
This mask will give you the strength and power to kill those who wish you harm.
Cinderella's revenge. How sweet it will be.
Sithitharella. Natasha looks great, but yeah, I agree. TJ says, I'll watch it, but just for the sex, and that's it. Oh, shit. Well. The stunts look decent, at least. What do you think, boo believers? There's the mask. You better tag Sithis Von Cinderella fuck in this chat and tell him they stole his mask. Oh, man. All right, let's see. Yeah, Kara says, this sounds like a disease for Cinderella's curse. Agreed. It's a disease. These movies are a disease. These fucking fairy tale horror movies that they're now the cheap way to make a name for yourself. Kara says, well, if there's sex, then maybe I'll give it a watch. That's how they get you. Cinderella with sex. And TJ said, I'll watch it just for the sex, and that's it. Honestly, looks bad. And, Johan 2900 checked in with an emoji on Kick that it's a dog on fire emoji. Thanks for checking in on Kick, Johan. I have to get back over to the Kick and check it out more over there. But thanks for tuning in. We are live on Kick. We are live on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. We get most of our action on Facebook. But yeah, enjoy. Appreciate you checking us out, Johan 2900 over on Kick. We're getting our branding up there still as well. All right, let's jump to our next horror story. We just watched the trailer for Cinderella's Revenge, which, it didn't look great. Definitely did not look great. Next up, let's talk some original Gremlins. You guys want to talk Gremlins? Here we go. This one's on Joe Blow from Matthew Plale. Original Gremlins star predicts a third movie. Zach Galligan thinks the end game for Warner Brothers is to produce a third Gremlins movie following the success of Secrets of the Mogwai. So, yes, Secrets of the Mogwai is an animated show. I got to go back and watch it because I love Gremlins and I love the movies, and I wanted to get into the show, but I guess I just got sidetracked with other work probably and stepped away from it and just never went back. So I'll have to go back and give it a chance because apparently it's doing really well and people really dig it. So there we got a picture from the original. And let's get into this story here. We all know the 3 rules of Mogwai. Don't expose it to sunlight. Don't get it wet, and don't feed it after midnight. While that third point is up for debate as to its interpretation, one thing that isn't is the desire for a third Gremlins movie. At least to its original star, Zach Galligan, who played Billy Peltzer in both the 1984 movie and its 1990 sequel, The New Batch. With animated series Gremlins Secret of the Mogwai proving to be a hit, maybe Galligan is right in his call for Gremlins 3. Speaking with Screen Rant, Galligan said that the studio must have a plan for the Gremlins franchise if they have invested more time and money into Secrets of the Mogwai. I can't really figure out why Warner Brothers would do 2 seasons, not 1, but 2 seasons of the animated series and spend a lot of money on it unless there was some kind of end game. And usually the end game for a huge studio like Warner Brothers Discovery is a live-action film. A live-action film is always where you're going to make the most money. Super Mario Brothers just proved that. And with Baby Yoda, who Gremlins director Joe Dante knows is a blatant ripoff of Gizmo, in the public conscience, there's definitely room to bring back the nostalgic puppetry of the beloved Mogwai. As such, Galligan wants to be there to be a Gremlins 3. As such, Galligan wants there to be a Gremlins 3, which would satisfy his thirst a little better than a Mountain Dew. The end game probably will be, I'm hoping, a third film. I don't think it'll be a reboot, though, because Chris Columbus has nixed that idea. He owns part of the rights. As far as Columbus, who wrote the first Gremlins, goes, he previously said a script is written and hopes the movie wouldn't have to rely on CGI. So that's good. The Gremlins franchise has been dormant since the new batch. Still one of the most fun follow-ups to any 80s movie. Came out nearly 25 years ago. But a third movie could absolutely work with the right creatives and cast. Of course, we would have to have Zach Galligan, who even cameoed on Gremlins Secrets of the Mogwai, showing his commitment to the series. But the filmmakers may run into an issue getting Phoebe Cates, who retired from acting and hasn't been in a movie since 2001's The Anniversary Party. Well, there you go. Interesting about Phoebe Cates. I didn't realize that. Did you guys know that? But yes, I would totally be down for some. I would love a Gremlins 3, and you could easily rate Phoebe Cates out of it. Her character doesn't need to, doesn't need to appear. They can just talk about it. Her and Billy broke up. People break up. That's what happens. She wasn't. The Mogwai was like bonded with Billy, not with her. I mean, I guess a little bit with her, but still, like, it's like when you break up, one of you takes the dog. You don't both have to keep showing up and having visitation rights with the dog, right? I don't know. At least that's the way it was with me. TJ says, we need a new Gremlin movie. I agree. Kara says, I love Gremlins. Same. We have where is he? He's down there somewhere. Oh, no, we don't have our Gremlin up here right now. We usually have one somewhere up here. Kara said, didn't see the animated series, didn't know it existed. Yeah, that's on, is it Paramount? I want to say Paramount. I feel like it's Paramount that it's on, but don't quote me. If anybody knows, if anybody's watched the series, I forget what streaming network it's on, but if you want to put it in the comments, please feel free. Let Kara know where she can watch it. Kara says, didn't know she retired. No, I didn't either. Phoebe Cates talking about it, and Anthony says, Phoebe. Yeah, and this is like a no-brainer to me. If this cartoon is doing that well, they had 2 seasons of it, I think this guy's right. This guy. I think Zach Galligan is right that the studio probably has something planned, and it's a no-brainer. Everything's coming back. Ghostbusters and Beetlejuice are both about to be like 2 of the biggest movies of 2024. They're both using a lot of practical effects. They're both bringing back old cast members. They're laying the blueprint and the foundation and the path for this to absolutely be a thing. And studios who own the rights to these old movies that we saw as kids now, we're on our way out. So this is the last hurrah. You better get that nostalgia money while you can, studios. And hopefully it'll roll over into the next generation. But if not, at least you get the big bang from us older generation that grew up on this stuff. So now's the time to do it. The success of these other movies is about to prove it. So yeah, get out there and get that Gremlins made. All right, we're going to jump to another story here. And this one, again, we're going to jump to a little more comic book stuff because we had Deadpool today. So now we're also going to talk Moon Knight. And Moon Knight was one of the better Disney Marvel productions in the last few years. If you haven't watched it, they took a couple liberties with the suit and stuff, and did some things, updates on the suit, updates for live action to powers and things like that. But I thought it really worked well. I thought the whole mummy wrap costume was a really good, clever idea. Good interpretation of it for this incarnation. We're going with the whole Khonshu Egyptian protector of the night, the Egyptian gods, avatar, that whole thing. So I thought that worked really well. So apparently, this is on Joe Blow. Cody Hammond reports Oscar Isaac would like to see his Marvel Cinematic Universe character Moon Knight join the Midnight Suns, a team of supernatural characters. And if you follow my Facebook page, I talk about the Midnight Suns quite often. It's a group that has included a bunch of different Marvel supernatural kind of B and C listers over the years, including Moon Knight, Blade, Satana, Hellstrom, Swamp Thing, the list goes on and on. Werewolf by Night. There's been a ton of them. If they're associated with Ghost Rider's another one, all those kind of characters have been brought into the Midnight Suns. So it makes sense, especially with horror being the cash cow at the theaters that it is right now, and superhero movies needing kind of a shot in the arm. It might be just what this kind of dark horror vibe into this injection into the superhero universe might be just what Marvel could use. You know, Deadpool's going to do his thing with the spandex crowd, but creating this kind of horror universe and keeping it adult oriented, dark, none of this like don't do any of the stuff that we've seen make some of your other shit be bad. The pandering crap that you go out of your way to do. Just make good stories, tell good, scary stories. So, all right, let's get to this story here, because I am curious to see what he said as well. A couple months ago, we heard a rumor that a team of supernatural characters known as the Midnight Suns might be coming to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And now Oscar Isaac has let it be known that if a Midnight Suns project were to happen, he wants his MCU character Moon Knight to be part of it. And that's fucking awesome. I love when these guys come out, because this is respect for the character. He enjoys the character. He likes what they did on the show. You got guys who don't want to do this. They just take a paycheck. Iron Fist. They don't want to train. They don't want to, look, man, I'm not going to bullshit you. I work in a lot of these movies. I worked on a ton of this stuff. The dude on Iron Fist didn't train for his fight scenes. He didn't want to be part of all that stuff. He didn't want to do the stunts. He didn't want to work out. He didn't want to do the fight choreography training that he really needed to do to look believable. And that's like mostly why the Iron Fist shit sucked. All right. That's a big, big part of it. And if you ask any other person who worked on that show, they'll tell you the same thing. All right. I didn't work on Iron Fist personally. I worked on other Marvel shows on Netflix, but there was a lot of crossover with stunt people. So word spreads quick in this industry. And that dude is the epitome of the kind of person that should not be put into a role for one of these type of characters, because he wasn't willing to do the work. He didn't respect the source material. It was a guy who had been in he was like, I'm on Game of Thrones. Now I'm going to play some Kung Fu chop socky comic book character. Oh, you know what? I don't know if that was his attitude, but there's my rant for the day. TJ, if you're tuned in, there's my rant. And it's real. That's like one of my real stunt stories. The dude did not want to train. So there you go. All right. I'm going to read this one. And again, this is from Cody Hammond. Cody and I have a very similar taste. So here you go. As I've said before, one of my favorite comic book story arcs is The Rise of the Midnight Suns, where Doctor Strange oversaw the formation of a team of supernatural heroes. Ghost Rider, Johnny Blaze, Morbius, the Night Stalkers, Blade, Hannibal King, and Frank Drake, and Darkhold characters Vicky Montesi, Louise Hastings, and Sam Buchanan, who were brought together to battle Lilith, the mother of all demons, and her evil offspring, the Lilin. There have been different variations of the Midnight Suns over the years, with other team members like Damon Hellstrom, Jennifer Kale, Werewolf by Night, Man-Thing, The Hood, Dr. Voodoo, Elsa Bloodstone, Iron Fist, Scarlet Spider, Kushala, Magic, Wolverine, Nico Minoru, and yes, Moon Knight coming and going. The latest version of the team was even called the Midnight Suns with a U rather than Suns with an O. The rumor of such a team came from Cosmic Circus, who said, quote, one corner of the MCU that Marvel is keen on exploring for these next few phases is the supernatural corner of their universe. Projects like Moon Knight, Werewolf by Night, and WandaVision have already introduced some critical components for this corner of the MCU. Projects that will continue to explore this corner of the MCU include Blade, Ironheart, Marvel Zombies, Moon Knight Season 2, the continuation of Werewolf by Night, and other unannounced projects. This arc aims to unite the heroes of this supernatural corner against a significant threat to humanity, giving rise to the Midnight Suns. Some sources have mentioned that Lilith or Mephisto villains have been considered the big bad of this arc. One source has mentioned that the potential lineup for the Midnight Suns features the current Sorcerer Supreme Wong as one of the leaders of the team, alongside Mahershala Ali's Blade. Interesting. We keep hearing that Mia Goth's character in the upcoming Blade movie might be Lilith, so that's a big step into the Midnight Suns world. During an appearance at the Middle East Film and Comic-Con event in Abu Dhabi, Isaac was asked what his hopes are for Moon Knight's MCU future, and he answered, "I thought there was an interesting opportunity with Midnight Suns. There's such interesting characters in there, and now that we've set the groundwork with learning who Moon Knight's multiple personalities, Mark, Steven, Jake, are, it could be an interesting opportunity to see him as part of a team and what that dynamic would be." So I think that would be exciting. I think for me, I definitely hope there's some room to explore that possibility. You can see Isaac say this himself in the X embed at the bottom of this article. Would you like to see Moon Knight become part of an MCU Midnight Suns team? And what other characters would you like to see on the team? And there you go. There's the question and answer. I am a huge Moon Knight fan, so the more Moon Knight, the better. And let's watch a little transformation clip. If you haven't, TJ said, rant! Yes, you got my rant, TJ. Michael McDonald just tuned in. I'm going to watch this transformation clip because I can't get enough Moon Knight. And then we got one more story before we bail out of here.
Rise. Rise and live again. As my fist of vengeance. As my Moon Knight.
Hello, and welcome to Staying Awake.
I have a sleeping disorder.
All right, we don't have to watch the whole trailer again, but yes, big Moon Knight fan. I would love to see some more Midnight Suns or any of the supernatural stuff. I'm looking forward to Blade. We'll see how that one goes. Yeah, give us Moon Knight, give us Midnight Suns. I'm down. All right, we got one more before we get out of here. We got this monstrosity movie to talk about real quick. Let me just get back over here. I can make sure anybody tuning in, thank you so much for sticking around. We're going to wrap it up. Story of the day. Thank you again, TJ, for the stars. Super appreciate it, brother. And yeah, here we go. So, Monstrosity, a werewolf, a vampire, and a zombie, and Frankenstein's monster guard a Hellgate. In Robert Ripberger's Monstrosity. And this one comes from Cody Hammond as well. So, producer-director Robert Ripberger, Those Who Walk Away, recently wrapped production on the sci-fi thriller Renner, which sees Frankie Muniz and Violet Bean taking on a manipulative AI. Now Ripberger is heading to the European film market in Berlin to launch sales on his slate of upcoming films, the first project in the lineup being a horror thriller creature feature called Monstrosity, which is reminiscent of the classic sitcom The Munsters, which recently received a feature film update from Rob Zombie. It focuses on a family that consists of classic monsters. In this case, a werewolf, a vampire, a zombie, and Frankenstein's monster. The mixture also brings to mind the 80s classic The Monster Squad. Variety reports that Monstrosity, which is currently in pre-production, has the following synopsis. A young village boy goes missing down a mine shaft. His father blames a strange family in the neighboring house, but of course far more is at play. The family of misfits are actually a werewolf, a vampire, a zombie, and Frankenstein's monster, and they're all guarding the mine to keep evil barricaded behind a hellgate. All right, monsters fighting for good. It's also very Creature Commando-ish. Speaking of comic book movies, there's a lot of crossover with the comic books. There were a lot of horror comic books comics originally, before superheroes came about, it was horror, man. You were reading horror comic books and like detective comic books and stuff, but a lot of horror, eerie comics and EC and all that stuff. It was all horror stuff. So this sounds like it would have made a great comic book back in the day. Rip Berger will be directing the film and producing it alongside writer Sabir Pirzada, whose credits include, and how's this for a segue from that last story to this one? The Marvel Disney shows Moon Knight and Miss Marvel. Fuck Miss Marvel, but yes, this guy was a writer on Moon Knight, or woman, Sabir Pirzada. I'm not sure if that's a man or woman. Apologies. I don't know how to gender Sabir. I would think it's a man, but you never know. Vince Bruno checking in. What's up, Vince? How you doing? Thank you for tuning in. We're wrapping up our last story here on a movie in pre-production called Monstrosity. And let's see. Concept artist Aaron Sims is designing the creatures. He's worked on Stranger Things, Ready Player One, and Wonder Woman 1984. Monstrosity will be filming later this year at one of the Morgan International full-service special effects facilities in Europe. So, very cool. Ripburger had this to say about Monstrosity. Like superhero films, monster movies have an avid fan base. Similar to the Avengers, we are immersing the vampire, werewolf, zombie, and Frankenstein's monster into the 21st century. He went on to say that this film is going to flip these characters and the horror genre on its head. Other Rip Berger productions include the documentary How to Build a Truth Engine, George Clooney, blah, blah. All right, I'm not going to worry about all that stuff, but what do you think? Does Monstrosity sound interesting? I'm always up for the classic monsters. And yeah, especially like putting the hero spin on them. I dig it. I like the idea. I will look forward to this one, Monstrosity. So I don't know why we're looking at Rob Zombie's trailer there, but that's what they decided to put up there. So there you have it, Boo Believers. What do you think? Are you down for some like superheroics by Universal monsters? I'm ready for it. I could dig it. I think Renfield did it, and I really dug Renfield. We kind of saw that where he ate the bugs and had the superpowers. I really enjoyed Renfield a lot. I thought it was a bit underrated. Yes, it had the part with the whole cop shoehorned in there, which I felt was a little unnecessary. But overall, I really enjoyed the movie. Nicolas Cage was good as Dracula, and Nick Holt was great as Renfield. The action sequences were amazing. I thought they were really good. So yeah, I think there's a lot of room for crossover because these are supernatural creatures. They're going to have supernatural powers. It just makes sense. Werewolves aren't just going to be running around doing basic shit. They're going to be, bounding and slashing, and, Dracula can fly, most likely, turn to mist, turn to a bat. Frankenstein's monster would be like the Hulk. I would suspect he would be your brute, your muscle, your heavy gunner of the team. Yeah, and just like you would have that we talked a lot about it with superheroes. We just got done talking about the Midnight Suns team, where it's a very similar situation. So this stuff is ripe for it. I love the crossover aspect of this. And yeah, Vince Bruno says, sounds fucking cool. Still wanting to watch Renfield. Yeah, definitely give Renfield a watch, Vince. It was a fun movie. And it's definitely kind of sets up this kind of supernatural superhero path a bit with some really fun fight choreography in there. Vince asks, is it comic based or original? Renfield is original. It actually is. It was endorsed by Universal, right? It was Universal that they gave permission for the Renfield movie. It's not based on a comic book. They just wanted to help start this Universal. They're still trying to jumpstart this dark universe of Universal monsters in modern days. So, yeah, Oh no, you said Vince said a monstrosity. No, monstrosity is not based on a comic book. This is an original concept, but it sounds like comic books that we've seen before. Obviously, it sounds like Midnight Suns. It sounds like Creature Commandos. It sounds like Howling Commandos. It sounds like who's the other one? There's been a bunch of them. There's been a bunch. Marvel's done them. DC's done them. Other independent comic companies have done the supernatural superhero kind of thing. So it's not a new idea, but we'll see how he does it. I'm always down to check it out. It's a fun little pool to dip your toe into, and of course I want my scary stuff too, and scary monsters. But you want to give me some like Monster Squad hero vibes? Yeah, I'm down. So, all right, well, I guess that's going to do it for us today, Boo Believers. Ringing in at just about an hour. Thanks for tuning in once again. Thanks for the stars, TJ, and thanks for all the comments. Like, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. If you could click on the 3 dots on my profile, invite your friends to follow my page here, and yeah, we'll see. Maybe we're going to get set up to do some different things. It's not just going to be me talking to you now. I'm going to see about getting some guests. Now that we have this restream set up here, we can have a few people on, and we can have maybe a little four video chat going roundtable that you guys can join in the chat as well with some friends from around the country who work in the business and help out in different ways in Deadsville and beyond. So stay tuned, Boo Believers. We have a lot more coming, including tomorrow night. I'm shooting a sketch, and you're going to love it. If you like those reels, you're going to love the sketch that's coming your way. So jump to camera 2 here. Make sure you go like and subscribe and all that fun call to action shite, Boo Believers. And yes, see you tomorrow for some more spooky headlines. Until then, stay spooky.